Hey guys! In this video, I'm going to break down Chaturanga Dandasana and review how to transition from Chaturanga into upward facing dog. I'll show you a few progressions, progressing up to Chaturanga itself. Welcome to Move with Melinda, where I help you build resilience through movement and education. Chaturanga is a movement found in the sun salutation that connects high plank with upward facing dog. You can also find it throughout sequences connecting two movements. A lot of times we treat Chaturanga as just a transition and we don't really pay attention to it, but it's actually very important because it's the base of all arm balances and even some inversions. You want to think of Chaturanga as a moving plank. The torso stays rigid, and the only thing that moves are the shoulders and the elbows. An essential part of Chaturanga is that the shoulders have to move forward past the wrist. By moving forward, this creates room for the elbows to bend. Otherwise, there's nowhere to go. Here are the steps to take to get into your Chaturanga. The first step is to do a plank, and then we're gonna lower all the way to the floor. You're gonna start off on your hands and knees in your tabletop position, and then you're gonna walk the knees back. From here, you're going to lean forward so that the shoulders are past the wrist. You're going to bend your elbows to the sides of your body, and then lower all the way down. Reset in any way, coming back to the top of the push-up on your knees, bump the chest forward, and then bend your elbows lower down, keeping the core nice and tight. It's like a moving plank. The next step is to come to high push-up, and same thing, you're gonna start from the top and lower to the bottom, point the toes to bump the chest forward, and then lower all the way to the floor. And then coming up however you need to, reset that high plank, point the toes, bump the chest forward, lower down. Once you build up strength from moving from the top of the push-up all the way to the bottom, then you can try to stop in the middle for Chaturanga. So setting up your push-up position on your knees, lean forward and bend your elbows until the shoulders come to the same height as the elbows, and then press all the way back up. Lean forward, bend the elbows, and press all the way back up. And finally, we're gonna come to our high plank, this time just stopping when the shoulders get to the same height as the elbows. So bumping forward, stopping halfway, press all the way back up. Bump forward, bend, press. Once you understand Chaturanga, the transition to get to upward facing dog is very simple. A lot of times when you see someone else doing it, it looks a lot more fancy than it actually is. The arms straighten into your high plank position, and the rest of your body moves from a plank position into a back bend. Let's try the transition from Chaturanga to upward facing dog. So setting up high plank, bump forward, come down to Chaturanga. From here, elbows straighten, point through the toes, and the back moves into a back bend. This time, watch just my arms. High plank, shoulders shift, elbows bend, and all the elbows are gonna do is straighten. This time, watch just my entire body. Plank position, still in plank. From here, point the toes into a back bend. To improve the efficiency and performance of your Chaturanga, consider bracing your core. By bracing your core, you spread the workout through the entire body so it shares the work with the arm. The second thing to consider is when your hands are on the floor, imagine your hands are on jars and you want to turn the jars. This creates tension through the upper body, and it also shares the work throughout the entire back instead of just the arms. So those are the steps you take if you want to get into your Chaturanga and how to transition into upward facing dog. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.